Let's get started. Great morning. Got my notebook, aka the Nugget Book. Tony from Detroit calls it the Nugget Book. I like that name. So we're going to be listening today on Triple M Monday Morning Motivation. First of all, welcome. If it's your first time or your 23rd time, welcome you guys. So excited that we get to do this together on Monday morning. Or if you're watching a recording, welcome you guys. Monday Morning Motivation. This sets the tone for your whole week because it's Monday. It's a new week. It's like my favorite time of the week. But, you know, you can do everything right. But if you don't have the motivation behind it, it won't take you where you want to go. Because you can be going like, I take Toby out, our pup, and he'll be like trying to go as fast as he can. And I got the leash on him right there, and he's not going anywhere. He's just sliding. Because sometimes you need the motivation or the mindset or the insights to make your actions that more effective. So that's what Triple M is. Today we're going to be listening to a guy that I really am inspired by, not just because he's buff, super buff guy. If you ever seen this workout video where he does like 20 workouts and he calls that one set, his name is Terry Crews. He was also on White Chicks, if you remember that movie. Also on Friday After Next, super buff guy. But you know what? I'm really inspired by this guy. That's not all that he's about. I don't know about you, but the first time I saw him, I was like, man, is he just a buff guy and kind of funny? It's like, nah, he's got so many different layers to him, came from a background of tough times, and going to be sharing that with us because every time, I want you guys to write this down in your paper before we even start. Nobody's where they are by accident. And what do I mean by that? Like, I saw him on a movie. You know, of course, that means he's doing pretty okay for himself if I've seen him in a few movies. Did I think he got there by accident, got lucky? Maybe he was just born with the genetics. That could be a way to think, but I'm going to invite you to consider that people get praised in public, great in the movie, really funny, super swole dude, for what they do in private. How many hours was he putting in the gym? How much obstacles and challenges did he overcome to become who he needed to become, to get chosen for the movie, be on the set, do the work, and have it come out like that? Not to mention all the other things he does in his life. So this is the guy we're going to learn from today. Get your notebook. Type in your biggest takeaways in the chat bar. If you're at work, no problem. Type them in and we'll read a few. We're going to get a few live shares at the end and also type in your name and where you're from so we can see the global community that is Triple M. So without further ado, let's get to my boy, Mr. Swole Man himself, Terry Crews, Top 10 Rules for Success. Let's get it.
When you're young and you're a kid, you have so many. I grew up in the hood, man. I mean, I'm Flint, Michigan, where I'm from. And they say, Terry Crews, you can do anything you want to do. You can do anything you want to do. And then as soon as you go to class, you tell them what you want to do. And they're like, man, what make you think you're going to do something like that, man? You crazy?
Yeah.
And I said, okay, wait, which one is it? Now, can I do it or can I do it? What?
Right.
And so I started to call people on that. I said, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to just try something that I'd never done before. I want to design furniture. I want to be a part of this thing. So I'm going. And you know what happened? The stuff worked. People started doing it. It started happening. We took this furniture to Milan. We went in front of all the best people in the whole world, and it got accepted, and people were saying how great it was and how beautiful it was. And I said, man, don't never let anybody talk you out of something like that again.
Never, man.
Never! I'm a dreamer. Take action. Whatever you want to do, whatever you're thinking about it, you will not get it until you take action. Make that move. Make it a small step. If you want a house, go get a rug. You know what I mean? If you want a new car, go get some car freshener. Take action. Make this thing happen for you, and it will happen. Action, action, action. You know, one thing that, I can really attribute to every failure in my life, whether it be personal, financial, in any kind of way, business, whatever, it's because of a lack of my attempt to take action. I did not take action. And it kind of changed once I got the fact that action is the key. It changed my life in many, many ways.
This is where trainers mess people up.
I've had trainers who totally just want to prove that you could never do what they do. And, and they have you paying.
I know what you mean.
Just to say like, oh, this poor guy. And they go to blast you. Like they want you, unless you're in pain and you feel like you're sick and you're throwing up, they're like, yeah, that's a workout now. Yeah, look at you. Yeah, you hurt, you can't walk, great.
Yeah.
And the whole point is, what I tell people is treat the gym like a spa. The first time you ever go, just go in there and walk around. Touch the weights, get a drink of water, walk around, and then leave. Right. And I mean, literally do that for like a week, 2 weeks, until you just get to the habit of getting in that door. Because what's going to happen is eventually you're going to start lifting because you're there.
Yeah.
And you're going to do something. And then you stop. Don't ever get to the point where you're like, I can't feel my arm. It doesn't work. I've been working. People they want my body and all this stuff, but I've been working out consistently since I was 14 years old.
Right.
And I'm 44. 30 years of hardcore 2-hour workout. 30 years.
Yeah.
So it doesn't happen overnight. Nope. You just have to enjoy the process.
Totally.
Learn to enjoy it, because I'm sure there was a point where you started to enjoy losing 113 pounds.
Yep.
And that's the only way you're going to keep going.
I tell people all the time, and I really believe this, that as I exist to show people what's possible. I really do. That's how it's like, go for it, try it. Because another thing, I am no different than anyone else out there. I am not here to say I have a superpower and it was all this. It was just try it, go. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, when you get rid of judgment, now you can be creative. But any bit of judgment kills creativity. Anytime you start to go, well, maybe I shouldn't. It's funny because you look at a lip sync or you look at any kind of dancing or anything like that. As soon as people see you being inhibited, you're done. You're like, oh, well, they're like, oh, this guy, what is this? But all they want is for you to give all you got.
Just put it out there.
And then everybody's with you. And let me tell you, Terry Crews is going to give you 150% no matter what. And I learned that's my whole career. You know, how many times have you ever heard the phrase, you are perfect just as you are? Haven't you heard that a lot, man? You know what? You are perfect just as you are. You are so perfect just as you are. Well, you know what? You are not. You are not perfect just as you are. You are perfect, but you're not complete. This is the thing, and this is what I mean by this. And a lot of people are gonna go, oh, what do you mean? What are you trying to say? I gotta change into somebody else? Yes, you need to change. Everybody out there needs to change. We are designed for change. Nothing in this world stays the same. You are either getting better or you are getting worse. And let me describe something to you. When I say you are perfect, but you are not complete, let's say this building I'm in. If I looked at the blueprints for this building, the blueprints for this building before it was built were perfect. Everything was in its right place. Everything was great. But could I walk in it? Could I do anything? Did I have a building? No. Why? It wasn't complete. When they framed up this building and put wood and metal and all this stuff, but they didn't do the floor, didn't do the electrical, was it perfect? Yes, it was perfect. But it wasn't complete. You are like this building. You are perfect in every way, but you're just not done. You're not done. And you know what? Anybody who's trying to tell you, don't try to change me. Now, no one should try to change you, but you have to change yourself. You owe it to everyone to change yourself into a better person, into a better human being. That's what you have to do. You are perfect, but you're just not complete. So when you look at yourself at that building, and it's framed up, and everything is in its right place, but you're just not done. I want to tell you that. So anybody who's trying to tell you that I'm perfect just the way I am is not trying to change. And guess what? You're not. And it's not working. You're a half-done building. Who wants to live in a building with no roof? Nobody. And I'm just trying to break it down to you that you hear these catchphrases. You hear this stuff all the time. But then everybody just takes it and says, oh yeah, I'm perfect just the way I am. And you don't change. And your life doesn't change. And nothing gets better for you. And you wonder, what's happening. And everything is crumbling around you. Hey, I'm guilty. Terry Crews is guilty. Then I realized, wait a minute. I'm not perfect just the way I am. I have to be perfected. I am perfect, but I am not complete. The thing about self-discipline is that it is necessary for everything you do in your life. You have to be self-disciplined. If discipline comes from somewhere else, it's very, very hard to remain consistent because you tend to resist. It's wild because I see trainers and they're in the gym with people and, you know, the guy or girl that they're working out hates their workout, hates it because the discipline is coming from somewhere else. It's something that you dread every time you go in. You don't really want to do it. It's like, but oh no, my trainer's here. He's about to, you know, beat me up and make me feel crazy. Well, the truth is, every trainer should work his way out of your life. Anybody who's working you out, your teachers, your trainers, your people, they have to train you to get out of your life. So you can go ahead, do your own workout, do your own thing, practice self-discipline. Now, one thing I want to straighten out, big time. Discipline is not punishment. It's not. Discipline is training. That's all it is. I was talking to my son one time and I asked him, and it was weird because I was trying to see if he really knew what it was all about. And I said, hey man, you know I have to discipline you. What is discipline? And he goes, punishment. When I do something wrong and you punish me. I was like, no. Discipline is training. If you change your mind, your mindset, and really focus it on what discipline really is, you start to welcome discipline. You welcome self-discipline into your life.
If you talked to me and I was into football and I was a football player and you would have told me I'd be doing what I'm doing, I would have said, no, you're crazy, leave me alone, get out of here. This is why life is, you can't predict what you're supposed to do. And I tell people, never kill yourself, never. Because you don't know what your future is. You just don't. And that's the thing. It's like, for me, I never would have thought I would be doing this, but I decided to try things. I just decided that I didn't have to do what everyone else said I needed to do. It's like, you know, when you're a football player, everyone tells you this would be the best route to do after you're done. Well, I decided to go another way. And people thought I would fail. I remember when I moved to LA and everybody said, what are you doing? You know, you're an old football player. That's not, no, they don't care. And I was hard. I was actually doing security for a little while. And, you know, we went broke for a little while. But it was an amazing thing, though, is that as I kept trying new things, new doors kept opening. And I never thought I would be an actor. But here I am. I'm acting. I've been acting for 15 years. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what the future holds for you. And it may be acting, it may be business, it may be performing, it may be homemaking. But whatever it is, you have to explore it. You have to go for it.
One thing I did is I wrote down my goals. I wrote my top 10 things I wanted to do in life. And if it fit in there, I would do it, even if it was for free.
Even if it was for free.
Even if it was for free.
Right.
See, because the thing is, if it fits my goals, then it's going to work out somehow.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I've done a lot of things for free, but
Right.
they always came and paid me later.
Right.
Whereas if you use money as the only way to go, you're going to miss the right thing. You're going to miss the right thing you need to do.
Right.
So that's my whole mentality, is just to go all out all the time. I got one speed. I'm all in or I'm asleep.
You know, there's no such thing as overnight success because it took a long, long time. I mean, I've been acting for about 11 years, but to look at from when I started to looking out at the billboard on Times Square and seeing Expendables sitting there, that's tremendously fast. You know what I mean? And I've never been in a hurry because I enjoy doing this so much. I just enjoy being around guys like Stallone, you know, Mickey Rourke, Randy Couture, and just learning how to be a better actor, how to be a better person, how to, you know, these guys have done major things, you know, in athletics, in life, in you know, in all kind of ways. I kind of took a sports mentality to my acting in that focus. You know, it's not about, you know, the party, it's about the performance.
You know what I mean? So when my goal was, if I was going to be funny, go all out. Like, go to a point where they're like, wait a minute, okay. You know, dude, I can't even air that. You gotta get rid of those haters in your mind.
Right, it's all in your mind. It starts
it's
there.
totally it. And then the judgments that you hear and you accept, you start putting that on other people.
Totally.
So
true.
when a hater tells you, oh man, you can't do that, that's because he's hearing that in his head.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or you can't lose all that weight. That's because he hasn't lost weight.
And he doesn't want to. He's afraid of the work that it will take for them to do it.
It's all fear. It's all it's a wild mix. And I just when I'm talking about that, it's like in your own brain. There are times when I do something so idiotic in front of a group of people just so I can get used to getting away from, like fitting in or whatever. I'll do some stupid stuff. I'll just say something dumb, deflect your chin. And it's like, who cares?
Right.
Who cares?
Totally.
I mean, if I wear something dumb, who cares? I walk around with a wig on, who cares? It's not, you can't judge me. I have no shame. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Exactly.
And that is where I started to go, like, now I can go and be free.
Because there's nothing holding you back.
There's nothing holding you back.
What did you do in high school? Did you do sports?
I went from football to basketball to track to breakdancing. That's what I did. It was the middle of the breakdance phenomenon, and I practiced like a fool.
Did you have a crew?
Oh yeah, I had a crew. It was all good. We were called the Big Man Breakers. Real original.
The Big Man Breakers.
It was real original. We were all pretty big.
Oh, that's great. What years is this? It's like...
Oh, this was 86, 84. I mean, this is at the height. Like
Electric
Boogaloo was out, you know what I mean?
Street.
Beat Street, it was hot.
King of the Beat, yeah.
Yeah, it was hot.
Really? And did you just do cardboard down and lay it down and go?
We had cardboard in the basement, man, and I would practice spinning on my head for hours. I mean, no girlfriends. Nobody would even get near us.
Really?
Because, they're spinning. Could they stop spinning? We want to listen to some Prince right now. Could you please stop spinning?
Did you have a go-to move?
I had the go-to move, which was the robot. Now, I have the best robot of all time. Even to this day. Can you play something?
Oh, man. That's it.
Hey.
That's how you do it. That's how you do the robot. Oh, that actually is great.
Man, my man just beasted that robot. That was crazy. Awesome, man. That was fire. I really like that one. I always like to bring you new people. Like I'm interviewing them on our show or something. So a couple of my biggest takeaways, and get your guys' takeaways ready. I'm going to give you one of mine was enjoy the process. It doesn't happen overnight. I really love the advice he talked to about people that are getting into the gym or healthy, active lifestyle. I feel like it can be a mentality of, I'm going to hate this. I just got to get through it. I'm going to be sore the next day. This isn't going to be fun. This isn't going to be enjoyable. I love the thing he said. He said, yo, just get in the gym and just feel it. Treat it like a spa. And maybe you go to the gym or maybe you don't. Or maybe, you're a coach with Herbalife and you have some people that are getting started that really aren't into fitness, and maybe we don't have to throw burpees and sprints and throwing up after their first workout at them to be successful in their health journey. Maybe it's just, hey, start with a walk around the block. Grab your favorite water bottle, put on your favorite music, and take a walk around the block. And let's just get you enjoying the journey. Because one thing that, for me, I get to remember is everybody has a different thing that they get fired up about. Some people love Zumba. Some people love CrossFit. Some people love, abs class. Everybody has a different one. The key is to not think that my favorite one is their favorite one and then say, hey, you got to do this. And if you like it or not, doesn't matter. You got to do it. They might do it for a week or two, but if we can figure out how to personally enjoy the journey and help others enjoy their journey, this is one thing that studies have shown time and time again. What people like to do, they'll do more consistently. And consistency is so much more important than intensity. So, for example, you can have somebody do CrossFit one time, and they broke some muscle down, they sweat. But if they do it one time in their lifetime, it really didn't do anything for them. But if they happen to like walking on trails and hiking, and they do that 2 times a week for the rest of their life, which one do they get more benefit from? Of course, CrossFit is more intense. Of course, you want big muscles. CrossFit is probably going to do it a little bit faster than hiking, other than your calves maybe. You know, you get calves with hiking. Maybe I should try some hiking. But what are they going to do consistently? What are you going to do consistently? I hear so many people say, I don't like books. I'm not a book person. And I'm like, all right, cool. But how are you going to learn though? Same thing. If somebody's like, I'm not a gym person. All right, cool. But how are you going to get healthy and fit and stay healthy and fit? If it's not books, that's not the only way to go. Have you tried audiobooks? Have you tried seminars? Have you tried, meditation? Have you tried video series? I don't know what it is, but you got to look for a way that you at least kind of like it. Instead of saying, well, I don't like it and this is the only way to do it, so I do it every once in a blue moon when I feel like I'm really falling behind. And that's an excuse that's not going to get you to where you want to go. If you're not a book person, okay. Are you an audiobook person? Now, you can't tell me you're not an audiobook person if you got, Spotify, Apple Music, and everything loaded up on your phone and got all kind of playlists. You're an audio person. You just don't want to make it be audio books. Now, that's a little different. You can change that. So that was my big one. And then I love the never kill yourself. Keep exploring. He said, keep trying new things and new doors will keep opening for you. I thought that was so powerful because he came from a football background. Then he came into acting. Did you guys hear him talk about him doing furniture? I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But how many tools, blessings, abilities do you have in you that you haven't even uncovered yet because maybe you think I'm just this one way? And I'd ask you to invite yourself to think, when did I choose the way I was? When did I decide this is who I am? I'm the kind of person that works at this place. I'm the kind of person that lives here. I'm the kind of person that has this skill. I'm the kind of person that speaks this language. I'm the kind of person that lives in this place. When did you decide that? And is that your only truth? Like for me, I remember I started college as an engineer. I internshiped at Chevron. I was really one of the few of my color and look to be in an engineering program and then also be at Chevron especially. And I remember sitting there like, is this who I want to be? And then I love fitness and health. And I said, hey, I got to pay attention to my passion and what I'm excited about. But imagine going from engineering to fitness and health. How much different can you get? But I didn't limit myself just to say, you know what, I'm kind of good at math. I like cars from Fast and Furious and whatever. But I didn't say, hey, this is the only way I got to be. Yeah, I can be cool at numbers and I can work out. I can be cool at numbers, I can work out, and I can also read. I can be cool at numbers, I can work out, I can read, and I can also talk and speak. These are things I learned along the way that I wasn't born knowing that I could do these things, and I didn't do them great in the beginning. Not to say that I do them great now. I'm always in a work in progress. But there was a time when I wouldn't even speak in front of class. I would get sweat and panic attacks almost. So I never thought that speaking would be something that would become an ability later on. But I would have never known if I had limited myself to who I thought I was and given myself like a prison of identity. And he said, don't kill yourself. What else out there is something that you would want to learn how to do, regardless of if you're good at it right now or not? Have you tried it? Have you looked into it? Or do you think you're too old, not that kind of person, don't have the abilities, time, or money? Don't kill yourself. Keep trying new things and new doors will open for you. I really love that. Okay, let's get a few of your guys' shares. Give me a thumbs up or a smile if you're excited to share. Susie, what you got? Hit us with it.
All right, can you hear me? Shut up.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, just want to make sure it doesn't echo because Myra was in the background as well. But mine was keep getting better. He talks about like the change it's something that's inevitable. You're either getting better or you're getting worse, but there's change that's happening. And I feel like a lot of us, that's a sensitive point, you know, for us, because we don't, you know, to friends, we don't want to seem like we're changing, to, you know, to just our family, we don't want to seem like we're changing. But just know that you know, like, the change is good, you know, change is good, especially when the change is progress, you know. So that's one of the things that my takeaway was, because I feel like that's been a struggle for me, just even hearing it from other people. Oh, you've changed. Oh, you've changed. And I've automatically made it a bad thing for me, when in reality, you know, change is what's good. You know, I've so much areas of my life have transformed in the last 2.5 years, and I've learned to accept that. And then a point that he made is, you're perfect, you're just not done. So just know that wherever it is that we're at now, currently, especially me, it's like, okay, it's perfect, but the progress of, you know, just getting better on itself. So definitely that was my biggest takeaway.
Love it. I love that you're perfect, you're just not done. That was amazing, because he said we'll hear sayings and take them as true. And you guys, you got to remember, or not remember, but if you've never heard the fact that you've been conditioned by what you've grown up around, commercials, TV, radio, what your parents said, your culture, there's conditioning in you that you may not even be aware of. You're perfect just the way you are. You don't got to change. And it's not that you aren't perfect, that there's something wrong with you, but you are put here to get better. Imagine if you were the same way you were when you were a kid. Do you think that would be your biggest self? I think so many people have an issue after their schooling, high school, college, or graduate, whatever you go to, and they stop working on themselves because other people stopped telling them to do so. Because they thought that working on themselves was something they had to be told to do. I got to get ready for this test. I got to learn these things. I got to get to know this thing. And then once people stop telling you that, it's like, okay, well, I'm done learning now. I learned everything I need to know to get this grade. And that's not really how life is. Because look at the people in your life who stopped growing after high school, college, or graduate school. And then look at the people who continue to grow. Took the courses, were on Triple M, read the book, sought the mentors, tried the new experiences. So I really, really love that. That was great. Let's get another takeaway. Give me a thumbs up or a smile if you're excited to share. Ashley Ann, let's get it. What you got? Yeah, I'm trying to unmute you. There you go. Boom.
All right. Great morning, guys. Happy Monday. So the favorite one I had was have self-discipline, because he was saying if you don't have discipline from within yourself and you have it from someone else, you will resist it. And that is so true, because I used to spend a lot of time like, okay, I need you to come with me so I can do this better. And a lot of times it's not even that. It's the fact that I need to find it within myself to do more, to be better, to trust myself that I can actually get to the gym on my own, to trust myself that I can get up and just do more things with my life. So that one's huge for me, because especially because I used to have a whole bunch of trainers. And I'm like, you know what? If I pay for a trainer, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to just love it. But it's true. I still to this day do not like burpees. And if somebody tells me burpees, I just automatically just want to throw up. I know it's only going to make me better, but I just don't like them. But I will go to the gym and do everything else but that. And so you got to fall in love with the process. So that one right there, it spoke out to me so huge, because we should be working, like as a distributor, you should be working to make sure that your clients can be like self-disciplined. You want them to be able to exist on their own as well and be strong and believe in themselves to be able to continue doing what they're doing. So that's why I love that one, have self-discipline, because we need it and it's huge.
Love that. Absolutely. That's actually honestly why I love what we do as Herbalife coaches and distributors. It's like we give people the tools to not need us anymore. You know, now you have the products. Now you have the plan. I'm here when you need a ratchet up upgrade. You're like, hey, I lost 20 pounds. Now I'm trying to put on 5 pounds of muscle. What do I shift? Perfect. But not like I lost 10 pounds, gained 10 pounds, lost 10 pounds. I need you to wake me up in the morning. I feel like that's not really our best use for ourselves and doesn't empower anybody. It's to give people the tools to become the best version of themselves. It's like lighting a candle. You want to light as many candles as you can, and it never dims your light to light another candle, but it does limit you if you have to keep lighting the same candle. There's 20 other candles over here that could use you, but you're just lighting this one, And really, that's their journey to figure out how they like their own. It's not that they're good or bad, but maybe that's just what they're here to learn this journey, this time. So I thought that was powerful. Tiffany said, I really like quite a few the topics he touched. The overall that I heard was don't be afraid of new challenges. Don't be afraid of change. Just enjoy life. Find the positive in whatever comes into your path. And whatever comes into your path, give it your all. And don't let anyone get you down. Those who are so pessimistic are just spreading their negative energy on whatever they haven't been able to succeed on, but you have control over your successes and your future. Don't give that control to others. Epic, you guys. Fired up. One of the biggest triple M's ever. We had 28 on, and man, it's been growing. This thing started with like 2 or 3 people. So I'm excited to see it get to 30, 40, 50, 60, 100. And that's because of all the inviting and sharing that we all do. So share your nuggets, pay them forward, share the recording when it gets posted, and have an amazing week. Let's get it. I'm going to take everybody off mute, and let's turn up. Let's get it, y'all.
Hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.